Welcome back. This is episode 7 in our 8-part series on employment law for managers. This series focuses on real-world situations managers face every day, and where those moments can turn into legal risk if they're not handled properly. If you're a manager, you need enough understanding to recognize when an issue is bigger than a routine management decision and when it's time to involve HR or legal support. This is about helping you lead with confidence and giving you the tools to manage people effectively without accidentally creating legal problems for you or the company. Let's start with a scenario that feels completely reasonable. A manager suspects an employee is misusing company time, so they check system logs, review emails, and look into activity data. Then they take one extra step just to confirm things. They request to see the electronic personnel file of the employee and inadvertently find a background check with arrest information. That's the step that creates a potential legal problem. Employee privacy used to be simple. Work happened at work and personal life stayed personal. That line is now blurry or non-existent. Today's workplace includes remote work, smartphones, cloud systems, video monitoring, biometric time clocks, and social media. Each one creates efficiency, but also creates risk. The challenge for managers is balancing business protection and productivity without crossing into intrusion and mistrust. You may have heard the phrase, employees have no expectation of privacy at work. That is not entirely true. Employees may have a limited expectation of privacy, but it's not zero. Federal and state laws regulate what can be monitored, how it's monitored, and whether employees are informed. Monitoring without notice is one of the fastest ways to create a claim. Managers may monitor email systems, internet use, company devices, and work-related communication. But there are clear boundaries. Managers must never monitor restrooms, locker rooms, and changing areas. And monitoring should always be job-related and disclosed in advance. A visible camera with posted notice is far safer than secret surveillance. Surveillance that feels excessive, even if it's technically legal, can still damage morale and credibility. Next is biometric and timekeeping technology. Modern workplaces increasingly use fingerprint scanners, facial recognition, and retina scanners. These tools raise serious privacy concerns. Some states, most notably Illinois, require written consent and clear disclosure. Managers should never implement or modify biometric systems without legal and HR oversight. Biometric data is highly sensitive. Allowing employees to use personal devices for work feels flexible and efficient, but it creates complex privacy issues. Questions managers must consider is who owns the data? Can the company access personal information? And how is the data recovered when employment ends? From a legal standpoint, bring your own device to work policies blur personal and professional boundaries. Managers should avoid accessing personal content and escalate device issues to IT and HR. Managers frequently handle sensitive information without realizing it. Medical information obtained through ADA discussions and FMLA requests must be stored separately from personnel files and accessed only by those with legitimate need. Sharing medical details, even informally, can violate privacy laws. If you don't know whether information is protected, treat it as if it is. Next is social media. This is a source of constant tension for managers. Employees post, managers see it, and emotions react. Here are some key rules managers must remember. Many states prohibit requesting access to personal social media accounts. Managers cannot demand passwords or logins, and employees often have the right to complain online about work conditions. Even negative or disrespectful posts may be legally protected if they involve group complaints about pay and working conditions. Disciplining an employee for social media activity without HR review is extremely risky. Never access personal devices without authorization. Never monitor secretly without notice. Never share employee medical information, and never retaliate based on lawful online complaints. When privacy is involved, slowing down is always the safest move. Managers are not expected to be privacy experts, but they are expected to follow the policy and ask before acting. Managers should involve HR and legal early when necessary and treat personal information with care. Here's the core takeaway of this episode. Technology gives managers access, but the law sets limits. Just because information is available doesn't mean it's appropriate to use. The safest approach is transparency, consistency, and restraint. Trust is easier to lose than to rebuild, and privacy mistakes damage trust quickly. In the final episode, we'll bring everything together: discipline, documentation, and termination. Because how you manage the end of the employee relationship often determines whether it truly ends.
John Paul here. If you like this video, check out the HR Insight YouTube channel where we have more videos just like this. Make sure to click subscribe so you get notifications.